So, the story of Minecraft Dungeons starts off with a cutscene about an illager that was traveling to find a new home. It suddenly did find a village, but was met with a bunch of hatred toward by the villagers, until he traveled and stumbled upon the Orb of Dominance. Once he gotten that power, he reigned supreme, the ruler of all mobs and illagers. And so he took his revenge and started capturing all of the villagers and destroying all of the villagers. Until you, the player, comes around to stop him and fulfill all his plans. That's pretty much the story and base of Minecraft Dungeons.
And if they did not bow, they would fall.
So the gameplay of Minecraft Dungeons is very similar to Diablo. It's a dungeon crawler hack and slash game. It also has some RPG elements put in there, where you level up and you get new weapons and armor with different power levels to raise your own power level. And the higher your power level is, the harder the levels are. The main levels. Mobs are stronger and more mobs are enchanted. You can also enchant your armor and weapons and bow to make them more powerful and more efficient against the current mobs. And you also have a bunch of artifacts that you can use. That will also help you. There's healing artifacts and even artifacts that turn mobs on your side as your allies, or pet allies that also help you in battle. You can customize your own loadout to fit your own playstyle, and that's pretty much it. The visuals of the game is amazing. Mojang took inspiration by a mod that you can put into basic Minecraft called shaders, and they twisted that. They made their own, where you can see the leaves blowing, the bushes and all that. You can hear the wind. You can see footprints in the ground. They added a bunch of good visuals. The actual shadows, shades, the glow of mushrooms or the keys, even some of the mobs, like spiders' glowing eyes, or magical villagers, or the glow of enchanted mobs. The visuals go way beyond basic Minecraft without mods. But Minecraft is one could say, a beautiful game, and it does deserve that title. So, like I said, in gameplay, originality, there is some originality. Like I said, it resembles a lot to Diablo in this type of format. It's a dungeon crawler hack and slash game, and you have your own leveling up system and a slew of items and its unique versions and a bunch of levels, bosses. It is very similar to Diablo, but the originality comes from that it's Minecraft. It came from a sandbox game and added story to it. And so that's about as much originality there is to Minecraft Dungeons. I mean, the bosses are original, and the story is somewhat original. But that's about it. There's not much actual upbeat music in Minecraft Dungeons. It is mainly background sounds like the wind blowing or you stepping on a mushroom. In Minecraft Dungeons, it'll make like a little squeaky noise. That's about it of sounds, but whenever you go to a boss fight or fight a mini boss, it'll play a pretty upbeat tune to get you pumped up, getting ready to know that you're about to face a stronger enemy than a basic enemy. Or when you're in a fighting arena where you need to defeat all these mobs and then the door will open. That's when all the music really comes from, but the rest are just background noises like crickets chirping, no, and the sound of birds. That's about it. The value of the game comes around $20 or more. That is the baseline of the value of the game. But if you have Xbox Game Pass, you get the game for free, but not the DLC. You just still need to pay for the DLC. That's about it. But like I said, 20 or more. For the base game, for just the base game, it is $20 or less. But if you want to add DLC in there, it's going to be 20 or more. And there is a Ultimate Edition to the game where you get 2 new skins plus a bunch of other DLC skins that come with it, and a bunch of other cosmetics. But if you want to get an actual DLC where it adds new weapons and new levels, that will cost around $5.99 or $4.99, depending on which DLC you're buying. So not that much, but what you get out of the base game is a lot, and you're just adding more with the DLC. There is online play, where you can invite a friend in your world, and you can do missions together, and still do the story together. But I would not recommend split screen. If you want to play with your brother at home, I would not recommend that because it will mess up the game a lot. Mainly stick to online play, where another person has another console, and yeah, because that'll be a lot better. They can go do their own thing, and you can go do your own thing. But if you do split screen, it's like Legos. It's like the Lego games, where you have to stay together to the main player. The DLC adds a lot to Minecraft Dungeons. It adds new weapons, new armor, new artifacts, and new bows. Above all, it also continues this main story, where after you defeat the Arch-Illager, where the shards of the Orb of Dominance get spread out to different biomes and cause havoc. And creating a new boss and new enemy types and just new enemies in general. The DLC just doesn't it doesn't just add cosmetics to your character, it adds a bunch more to the actual gameplay than what it already was. The base game is big, but the DLC adds a bunch more. Okay, so other thoughts. Like I said, if you have access to Xbox Game Pass, you can get this game for free, not including the DLC. But if you're just playing on PC, then you have to buy it at full price. And if you want to add the DLC, that's about it. The rest of the game is big. It is quite big for it to be a dungeon crawler hack and slash game based on Minecraft, a sandbox game. And that's pretty much it for my other thoughts about it. My overall rating of Minecraft Dungeons is that it is fun. It is quite fun. You get to explore a lot of the world, and there's so many items and unique versions of some of those items. It is a good game, and you can level up as high. I don't know what the level cap is, but you can go past 100. It is a big game for coming from a sandbox game. Inspiration from a sandbox game. And not only that, the DLC adds more to the story and more to the actual gameplay. Which, for $20 or more, is quite a good deal. That's